What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited. I have a new eyeshadow palette and we're gonna play with it. This is the Stonned palette from Getstonned. It is newer on the market. They launched it earlier this year. This is the brand's first eyeshadow palette and it's a 10-pan palette full of nothing but shimmers. How beautiful is that? It's absolutely gorgeous. This shade right here looks like it possibly has like a duo or multi-chrome flip to it. I want to play with it. We're going to do some swatches, create a couple of looks, but let me give you a quick up close look of this palette really quick. This is what it looks like. We do have some beautiful embossings in the pan. We've got a nice little array of colors. We've got some pops of color, some neutrals. It looks like maybe an iridescent shade in there as well. It does retail for $42 and it is currently available on their website. It will be linked down below. Now, if you don't know what Getstonned is, because I didn't, I had no idea who they were until this was launched. They are an indie brand that does high quality rhinestones at an affordable price point, and they have an array of colors. So if you're a rhinestone person, check them out. I'm not, it's just not for me. It's not what I feel comfortable in. I do think that they're beautiful on other people. I love the looks that they help create, but they're just not for me. But they have a slew of them on their website. That will be linked down below, as well as this palette, obviously, and everything else that I use in this video, what I have in my face, all the goods. So if you're curious about anything, make sure you check that description box and I will have all of your answers down there, as many as I can have. But keep in mind that some of those links are affiliated links, and if you do choose to shop them, I thank you so much for helping to support me and my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. Now, let's quit chit-chatting and jump into this because we're going to do some swatches and we're going to create a couple of different looks. All right, let's go ahead and start with some swatches. I thought it would be fun to kind of do them live together so you could see how they swatch, how they perform, see the colors a little bit better. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna scooch this over right here to the side and we're gonna start swatching. So we're gonna move this over here because since I'm right-handed, it makes more sense to have this over here. So we're gonna start right back here. This shade is called Blue Brown, and this feels very smooth, very soft. It doesn't feel like it's one of those putty type shades. That's gorgeous. It definitely has that brown base with that blue flip to it. Stunning. We like her. Okay, we're starting off good. Now let's do this one. This one is called Hollow Ghost, and again, this one feels nice and smooth. These aren't very hard pressed or anything like that. Gorgeous. That is just a really pretty like white iridescent. I don't really see much of a holographic flip to it, but it's definitely an iridescent shade. It looks beautiful. That would be like a perfect topper or inner corner shade. Okay, up next is going to be Candy Apple. This looks like it's gonna be beautiful. Oh wow, that's really pretty, stunning, just a gorgeous shimmery shade. There's no flip, anything like that. It's more on the metallic side, but it's very smooth, very sparkly. None of these so far feel chunky. They just feel good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Up next is Champagne. This one feels really nice too. Put her right there. Oh wow, gorgeous, very reflective, very foiled, almost like. That's a beautiful shade. Let's do Diamond, which is this silver one right here in the corner. That is very pretty. That's a gorgeous silver. Let me kind of take that little chunk off. Beautiful, smooth. Let's pop down here to this corner. I've got my hair everywhere. This is Ocean Eyes. Oh my goodness, that shade is so pretty. Can you see how it's green, but it has like a little bit of like an aqua teal like shift to it. It's not a multi-chrome or a duochrome. It just has a beautiful reflect to it. Stunning. Okay, up next is Baby Hollow. That one is stunning. I can definitely see the holographic particles in that shade. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to throw in some swatches when we're all done with this. I'm going to turn the lights down, things like that, so maybe we can get a good view of the shimmers, the particles, all of that. But that one is gorgeous. Up next is Nugget, this beautiful gold shade. Yep, that is stunning, absolutely gorgeous, just a true yellow gold. It's got a little bit of a flip to it. Beautiful, beautiful shade. Old Money. Let's check out Old Money. Ooh, that one is really pretty too. Just a gorgeous, like bronzy brown shade. Love, love, love. And last we have Oil Spill. This one looks very interesting to me. Oh yeah. This is like a gunmetal shade. Absolutely gorgeous. I like that one as well. So this is our color story. These are kind of your basic shimmers, but they're very reflective, very smooth, just beautiful. So we do have one down here that's more of a duochrome. We have a beautiful holochrome right here, and the rest of them are just beautiful shimmers. They have a nice little reflect to them. They're very reflective, very smooth, and beautiful. So this is our color story. Let's go ahead and show some more swatches, and then we'll jump into our looks. All right, I've zoomed y'all in a little bit. I've already primed my eyes. I did go in with my MAC paint pot, and we're gonna create some looks with this palette. So we're gonna do one look on each eye, and then I will remove both and we'll do a third look. But we're gonna play with some of these shades. I'm excited. I really wanna play with this one. So I think our first look, we're gonna use Blue Brown on the lid, and then probably, what's this one called? Hollow Ghost on my inner corner. So to assist us in this, I pulled my Blend Bunny The Blends palette. I thought what better to go with an all shimmer palette than an all matte palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this shade down here. It's called Truth. It's just a gorgeous like transition shade. Nothing special, just a really nice brown. And I'm gonna pop that into my crease. So I'm gonna go in with a Game Beauty EO6 brush, pick it up, and just give me a little bit of definition. Okay, so I've laid down that shade. I took it up almost to my brow, but I'm gonna go ahead and deepen this just a little bit more, give it a little bit of a gradient effect. And for that, I'm gonna go in with this shade right next to it, which is called Mama Bear, this one right here. I'm gonna take that same brush, I just wiped it off, and I'm going to pop this into my crease, but I'm gonna keep it a little bit lower. So I'm not gonna take it quite as high, and just blend it into there. Now obviously you don't have to play with any mattes. You can do an all shimmer look. You can use any mattes you want. You could just throw your bronzer into your crease and go if you want. You can do these as one and dones, but I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of some inspiration, some ideas, things like that of what you can do with this palette. So there we go, there's our base, but we're gonna throw a blue shade on here. So we're gonna go in with this one right here. No, we're gonna go in with this one right here, which is called Spellbound, the really deep navy blue shade. And I'm gonna put that in my outer corner. So I'm gonna go in with a Game Beauty EO3 brush, and we're gonna pick that up, and I'm just going to lightly tap this out here. I love blue and brown together, but I don't want this to get away from me because I really want our shimmer shade to be the star of the show. All right, so I have a good base for my shimmer shade. I did take that blue down along my lower lash line, and I already threw on some NYX glitter primer. let's put the shimmer on our lid. So we're gonna go in with this shade right here, which is called Blue Brown. I'm just gonna pick this up on my finger because that's how I prefer to apply my shimmers. And I'm going to tap this onto the lid. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. That looks very beautiful, very smooth on the lid. I didn't have any fallout. I didn't have any issues picking it up or putting on my lid. But let's jump into the inner corner. So we're gonna go in with this shade right here, which is called Hollow Ghost. And I'm gonna pick this up with a Singe Beauty EO1. I'm gonna spray it with some MAC Fix Plus, and we're gonna pop this into my inner corner. Now that is picking up very nicely on my brush. It's not, you know, some shimmers, like, they don't pick up very well. I'm not having any issues with it. Spray it. It's a really pretty shade. Very toppery, very light, iridescent, ethereal, but I like it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this eye, and then I will come back and show you the completed look. Alright, so this is going to complete our first look with this palette. This is beautiful. I love the reflect. I love the flip. It's nice and smooth. I didn't have any fallout. I didn't have any issues picking it up. And that inner corner shade is just beautiful. It's very ethereal, very toppery, very light, but it does add like a nice gleam on the inner corner. So I'm enjoying this look. I like the way everything laid down, but let's move on to our second look. So we're actually gonna do an all shimmer look for this. So I'm just gonna pick up my NYX glitter primer and pop this all over my lid before we begin, and then we're going to create our look. So I think for this I really want to use that green shade that we have called Ocean Eyes. I just think it's absolutely stunning and I want to dive into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is Ocean Eyes. I'm going to pick that up with my finger and I'm going to tap it like on the middle portion of my lid. So I'm going to avoid the inner corner and the very outermost corner as well, because we're going to play with some other shades. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Ooh. All right. Wow. That's gorgeous. Like I said, these don't have like multi-chrome, holochrome, duochrome shifts to them. They are like your basic shimmers, but they're very shimmery, very foiled, nice and smooth. I really do like the formula. I think this is beautiful. I'm hoping we get to see more from this brand. And then I'm just going to take what's left on my finger, no extra, and I'm just going to very lightly disperse this up so we have like a nice gradient. We don't have it just stop in the crease. I'm going to open up my eyes. Since I do have hooded eyes, I need to open them so I can see where my color is going. But I'm not concerned about like a clean line over here, because we are going to put other shimmers on, but that shade is gorgeous. Okay, so next we're going to go in with Oil Spill. I want to put this on my outer corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pick this up with a brush, and I'm going to go in with a Singe Beauty EO6. Pick it up, I'm going to spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. I do still have some of that sticky base on my lid, but I want to be a little bit more precise when doing this. So I'm just going to build this up in my outer corner just like I would a matte. I'm going to treat it just like I would a matte, but instead of swiping, I am going to pat and blend. Now that I have that laid down, I'm just going to wipe off my brush, no extra product, and I'm going to go along the edges and just sort of fluff it so it's not a harsh line. No extra product, no matte, no nothing, just a wiped off brush. So I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of that shade Ocean Eyes, and I'm just going to tap right where those shades meet and give it just a nice seamless blend. Okay, let's take care of this inner part of the lid. So for this, I think I want to go in with this shade Diamond. So I'm going to pick this up with a Sigma E55. This is just a small little travel version of it. I'm going to pick up that shade, spray it with my MAC Fix Plus, and we're going to pop this into that inner fourth of my lid. So I'm just kind of blending and dragging, making sure that I don't have a harsh line right here, that those shades are blended together. Okay, so this is what we're looking like. We have a nice gradient across the lid. I'm liking the way that these colors are meshing and blending together. It just looks very sparkly, very shimmery on the lid. Now let's go ahead and pop something on the lower lash line. So for this, I'm gonna pop back into my blends palette, and we're gonna come up here to this green shade. It is called Luxe, and I'm going to fluff that along my lower lash line. And for that, I'm gonna go in with a Sigma E54 brush. That is the wrong green shade, Sarah. Wrong green shade. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now that I have my lower lash line done, I'm just going to go back in with that shade Diamond that we used on the inner corner, and I'm just going to kind of bring this down a little bit, kind of carrying everything together, completing this look. Yeah, that looks really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and finish this look, and I will come back and show you what it looks like completed. All right, y'all, so this is going to complete the second look, and I like this. I think this turned out really pretty, very fun. I like the gradient on my lid. These shades played together really nicely. They are very soft, very smooth. I'm not having any issues. Let me show you what I used to complete this look. So I also realized I didn't show you what I used to complete the first look either. So for both of these, I went in with my Half Magic Magic Flick liquid eyeliner to line my lid, and then I'm still using my Queen Musea 2053 mascara. Now for this look over here, I went in with my Give eyeliner in Bathwater, and then over here I went in with my Martine Cosmetics in Anthracite to finish off both of these looks. I like the way they look. I'm enjoying this. Let's go ahead and take this off and jump into the third look. All right, let's go ahead and create our third look. So for this, I really want to play with this shade right here. It's called Baby Hollow. It swatched so beautifully. I could really see the holographic particles in it. I want to put that on my lid. I really want to play with this shade too, so maybe I can somehow incorporate that in. But we've played with, how many shades have we played with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the shades in here. So I don't think we're gonna get to all 10, but we're gonna get to most of them. But let's go ahead and pop into my Blend Bunny palette and kind of get a good base for this. So I think what I wanna do is I wanna play with these shades right here, these pinks and berry tones. So I'm going to go ahead and start with, what do I wanna do? We're gonna start with this shade right here, which is called Chase. And I'm just going to, well, crud, I'm knocking things over. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up this shade with a Game Beauty EO6, and I'm just gonna kind of buff this into my crease. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and pop into this shade right here, which is called Promise. And I'm just gonna take that same brush that I used, I'm gonna clean it off on my Sigma switch that I have sitting right here, and I'm going to buff this like right along the edge of that pink, giving me a gradient. Kind of softening that edge a little bit. All right, let's deepen up this outer corner. So for this, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which is called Vamp. And I'm gonna go in with a Game Beauty EO3 brush and just deepen that outer corner just ever so slightly, giving me a little bit of depth. A little bit of color variation. All right, so our base colors are on. Let's pop into some shimmer. I'm gonna go in with my NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm going to pop this not only on my lid, but I'm gonna go right along my lower lash line. I'm gonna take a pencil brush for that so I can get a little precise, because I want to put a shimmer shade down there and I don't want to have a lot of fallout. So I'm actually going to take this brush right here. It's a flat brush from Unearthly, and all I'm going to do is put a little bit of the glitter primer on the back of my hand, just a little pea-size amount, not even a pea size. And I'm just going to work it into the very tip of my brush and go right along my lower lash line. All right, we're gonna start out by popping this shade right here, which is called Candy Apple, along my lower lash line. So I'm gonna go in with a Game Beauty EO8. It's just a domed pencil brush. I'm gonna tap into the shade, and I'm going to like tap this along the lower lash line. I'm not gonna swipe because I don't want to get a ton of fallout. I just wanna press it in. That looks beautiful. I like just that little bit of shimmer along the lower lash line. I think it looks really pretty. Okay, for the lid, we're gonna go in with this shade right here, Baby Hollow. I'm gonna pop it all over my lid. Ooh, that's so pretty. Okay. That looks really pretty. I like that a lot. All right, so this is what that shade looks like. So pretty, so reflective. I can definitely see that holochrome shift. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I know that you saw it in the swatches that I put up earlier, the ones from my phone with the dim light. You could really see it. But let's go ahead and take that Candy Apple shade, this one right here, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this right here where that shade meets my outer corner. I drew a blank. Yeah, I like that. Gives it a nice gradient effect. Make sure it's nice and blended. We don't have a harsh line or anything like that. Words are hard today. Words are really hard. Okay, so that's what we're looking like. For the inner corner, I have options. I have lots of options for the inner corner. I just dug my whole finger into this shade right here, blue brown. My nail just went right into there. Oh well. Okay, so for the inner corner, I want to play with something different. Now I can either go a little bit bold and do this one right here, or maybe we can kind of tone it down and go with this one. I think we're gonna do, we're gonna go in with Champagne. We're gonna do this on the inner corner. We're gonna reserve this for another look at another time, but I'm going to, where's my brush that I want? I'm gonna go in with a Singe Beauty EO1 brush. I'm just gonna pick up that shade and then I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus and pop this into my inner corner. That's really pretty. I like that. Very, very pretty. Good choice. Good choice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this look and I will come back and show you the completed look number 3. All right, so this is going to complete the third and final look. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I really, really like that shade Baby Hollow on the lid. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I like the color combination that we chose, but let me show you what I used to finish up this look. So I did go in with my same mascara and liquid eyeliner that I used in the other 2 looks. And then for my waterline, I just went in with a NYX Epic Wear liner in the shade Pink Spirit. And it just tied everything together so beautifully. I like it. But let's go ahead and zoom you out just a little bit and we're gonna chit chat about this palette. I think I need to tilt it down just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Just a little too like straightforward. There we go. I think that's gonna work better, right? Or is it? Can I hold it up here? Yeah. Okay. All right, so we have done 3 looks with this palette. We have swatched it, played with it. What do we think? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and chit chat about the Getstonned Stoned palette. Does that make sense? All right, let's go ahead and chat about the Stone palette because I have some thoughts. First of all, I like the formula. I think it is a really good formula. They're smooth. I didn't get any fallout when I used my primer. They didn't accentuate texture on my lid. They just look absolutely beautiful. As to wear time, I will let you know in a pinned comment down below how these wore throughout the rest of the day. It is currently, what time is it? 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I have some things to do for the rest of the day, so I'll probably get a good 7 hours out of it, if not a little bit more. So I'll let you know how they wore, but I like the formula. Like I said, I do think it is very smooth. It's very nice. These are pigmented, but you can also kind of tap them on and sheer them out just a little bit. I like that they're reflective. I don't like this. Okay. All right, let's chat about the Stoned palette. So first of all, I really like the formula. I think the formula in here is very nice. They're smooth, they're not textured, they're not chunky. We don't have any pressed glitters in here. They just go on the lid very nicely. They glide on, they are very reflective, they're smooth. I like that they're smooth, that they're not, you know, okay, let's chat about the Stoned palette. So first of all, I like the packaging. I think it's cute, it's slim, it makes sense. We have this on the front that's like holographic and kind of raised. I like the colors. And then we do have a really nice mirror on the inside as well. But the formula is really nice. I enjoy it. It's smooth. I don't have any texture issues on my lids. They're not chunky, they're not hard pressed, but they're also not so creamy that like you dig your finger in there and immediately hit pan. I'm not a big fan of those. They're just a nice smooth texture. They're soft. They look beautiful on the lid. They're reflective. Now these are not like, they don't have a lot of flip to them. They're not multi-chromes, they're not duochromes or anything like that, which I'm fine with. I don't always need something that's got a flip to it, something that's got a huge reflect or anything like that. We do have this duochrome right here. We have a couple that have kind of like a holochrome effect to them, and then we have this one that is more of an iridescent shade. So we do have some different formulas. We do have a little bit of playroom in here, but I really enjoy this. I think it's beautiful. I'm excited to see if they continue on and come out with more palettes like this. Maybe some that have a little bit more shift to them, something maybe a little more metallic, sparkly, things like that. I really enjoy this palette. Now, if you have a full collection just of indie shadows, you've got all the multi-chromes, duochromes, holochromes, all the things, I don't think that you need this. I don't think that you're going to enjoy this. But if you just like having sparkly things, maybe you collect them, maybe you love having a full palette of all right, let's go ahead and stop. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the Stoned palette. First of all, I really like the packaging. We do have like a magnetic closure. This is raised on the cover and it has like a holochrome effect to it. I think it's really pretty. It's nice and slim. It's not bulky. And then on the inside, we do have a really nice mirror in here as well. Mine still has the plastic on it per usual, but the formula, that's what we're here to talk about, is these eyeshadows. Now, the formula is really nice. I enjoy it. I think it's smooth. They're pigmented. You can kind of shear them out a little bit, I learned. They do have a punch to them. They're not anything shifty. We don't have a whole lot of like flips and things like that in here, but we do have, this seems like a duochrome right here. We've got a holochrome. This one has a little maybe holochrome flip to it as well. This one is an iridescent shade. So we do have some different formulas in here, but we don't have anything that's like Cleona or anything like that. Now, I like the formula. Like I said, it is very smooth. It's not chunky. I didn't get any fallout. It didn't accentuate the texture on my lids. I can't feel them. They're not heavy. You know how sometimes you can feel like the grit of a shimmer on your lids? I don't get that. There's no pressed glitters in here, so you're not going to get a lot of like glitter particles when you go to wash your face. I like this. I think it's beautiful. I'm excited to see what else the brand does if they continue down this path. Is this just a one-time thing to kind of branch out a little bit, or is this the beginning of something new? Now, do I think that you need this palette? That all depends. If you are somebody who lives and breathes multi-chromes, duochromes, holochromes, all the shifts, this is not going to impress you. This is not going to do it for you. But if you're somebody who just appreciates a good shimmer, maybe you have a bunch of neutrals in your collection and you're looking to add some color with some shimmers, this is a beautiful palette. I think the price point is perfect. $42 for 10 shades. You really can't beat that. You get a good amount of product in here too. It is 18 grams of product total, or 0.63 ounces. So that's a good amount of eyeshadow. I'm telling you, words today are just not coming to my mind. But these palettes seem like, I'm about to give up and just throw this out the window. But these pans do seem like they're gonna last a while. Like, I was digging in with these with my finger and I didn't hit pan. I didn't get a lot of indentations in them. They're beautiful. I really like them. So if you're in the market for just maybe some fun shades to pop on your lid, maybe on the weekend, you can't really wear a lot of color to work, but you want something fun to play with if you're going out, I really like this. I think the quality is beautiful. The price point's great. I like the shades that I used. I like the looks that I created, and I'm excited to have this in my collection and keep an eye on the brand. But let me hear from you. I want to know all of your thoughts down in the comment section. Let's light it up, have that conversation. And as usual, I want to thank you all so much for spending your time with me and watching my video. It really means so, so much to me. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single week, most days, if not every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next video, have a good one. Bye. All right, let's chat about the Stonned palette. So let's start with the packaging. I like the packaging. It's nice and slim. It's not bulky. It does have a magnetic closure on the front. And then this is raised with like a hologram effect to it, and when we open her up, we do get a nice mirror in here. Mine still has on the plastic per usual. Eventually that will come off. But let's talk about the formula, because the formula in here is really nice. I enjoyed it. They're not hard pressed, but they're not too soft, you know, like so soft where you put your finger in there and it just crumbles and falls apart and you're like, oh my god, I've hit pan. They're not like that. They're a good consistency. I didn't have any problems picking them up with my finger or even with my brush. I didn't get any fallout. They don't accentuate the textures on my lid, and they don't feel heavy. You know how sometimes you put a shimmer on and you can just feel it on your lid and it just feels heavy and you want to take it off? I didn't get that with those either. Now, these are not shifty. They're not multi-chromes and duochromes, things like that. We do have one in here that has like a little bit of a flip to it, more on the duochrome side. And then this one is definitely a holochrome. This one I think has a little bit of holochrome to it as well. We have an iridescent shade in here, so we have some different formulas to play with. We do have that. We've got lots of colors. You've got your neutrals, a couple pops. I like it. I think it's beautiful. Now, do I think that if you are, you know, if you live and breathe for multi-chromes, duochromes, and holochromes, that you're going to appreciate this? Probably not, because it doesn't have that. But if you're somebody who maybe you just wear a little bit of color on the weekend, or you're dipping your toes into it, or you just appreciate a good shimmer on the lids, sometimes that's all I want. I don't need all of the extra on top of it. I just want to look sparkly and shiny. This is going to be for you. It's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, the formula in here is fantastic. It's $42, which $42 for 10 shimmery shades is not bad at all. I think the price point is great. Like I said, this feels like high quality. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel bulky. The mirror in here is really nice. It has that magnetic closure, so they're not going to dry out. I really enjoy it. I'm excited. I'm excited to play with it, create more looks. I like the looks that I created today, and I'm excited to see what else the brand does. Is this the beginning of something new for them? Is it maybe like they just dip their toes in the water and they're done? Like that's it, this is all they're gonna do? I definitely want to keep my eye on this brand, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear all your thoughts. Let me know. Had you heard of this brand before? Did you pick this up? Was it on your wish list? Is it on your wish list now? Let's have that conversation. Light up that comment section down below. And as usual, I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me and watching my video. It means so much to me. I truly appreciate it. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every week, most days if not every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next video, have a good one. Bye.